Welcome back to another episode of Qué Pasa. Lauren, Falco, and I have decided to travel down to 5 Points at one of the area's newest lounges, is what we're describing this, right?
Yes, not a bar. It's a
Not a
lounge.
bar, it's a lounge, and the vibe fits the lounge very much. It's called the Aya, and it's an interesting place, isn't it?
It is. I was at the bar before. This is a very different
It's a
vibe.
different vibe. And
But it's awesome.
We got the cocktail list. This is a place for the ladies. I'm a little out of place.
Aya, she, her, you
But
know.
it's definitely a place for the ladies. I mean, the cocktail list speaks for itself,
But you
doesn't
know
it?
what? Men can come here too. We're not,
We're not doing that?
yeah, you can come here too.
This is an inclusive place.
Yes.
But what a really cool spot. Lauren, we got a lot of stuff to talk about
Yes.
this episode. Let's start with a El Paso favorite, the Fab Four, the Beatles cover band. They're coming back.
Incredible. They come here every couple of years. If you're a Beatles fan, which you can't not be a Beatles fan,
Truly.
this is going to be the perfect event for you. It's happening August 24th
There we
at the
go.
Plaza Theater. It is a really, really fun event, and they have an incredible setup, like the story of the Beatles throughout the years. It goes through all their music, and it really is just a fun event. People get up out of their seats and dance. Like, it's
As
fun.
you should.
Yes.
Sing along. You know, the Beatles.
and shout.
I think the Beatles are the one band that I know probably every word
Yep.
to 90% of their songs.
Yeah, and I mean, you're amongst your people, right?
That's
like,
right.
everyone around there loves the Beatles, so go check that out. You can find tickets at elpasolive.com.
Well, here's a weird one for everybody out there. The El Paso Fungi Fest, we were just talking about this. Apparently, they take this very, very seriously.
Yes, and there are people who go almost every year, so obviously it's a popular event. El Paso Fungi Fest is for people who are looking to understand more about how to use mushrooms, how to forage mushrooms, how to incorporate them into their diet. It's a really cool thing because it's a really exact science, and a lot of people don't really understand mushrooms. So
I don't at all. It's just,
this is your opportunity to understand
wouldn't
mushrooms.
know the first thing about having mushrooms, cooking mushrooms, using mushrooms.
Yeah,
so.
and there's obviously a million types, so this is a great way to do it. It's going to happen at Café Con Leche, which is also just a couple blocks from us right now. Café Con Leche on August 24th from 6 to 8 p.m.
So Fungi Fest, and then post game here at Aya.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I can fix him Manhattan.
Sure.
Can you actually fix him though?
What do you think is the one that draws you in? What's the
I'm gonna get you back, but all in one word.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That my eyes went right there.
Visually, yeah, it's a little more.
We already talked about the tortured poet espresso martini.
We can only imagine who that's about.
I mean,
but what's interesting about it is that you can make it bilingual, which I've never heard of before.
I don't know what that's
But
all
that
about.
means you're adding chili liqueur to it, which I think is really fun.
I like to make it bilingual.
I've never heard that.
That's good. Well, big duo coming to El Paso very soon. Air Supply, they've been around forever. They are still going strong.
Still going strong.
And they got one of the greatest hits, maybe ever.
Yes, All Out of Love is kind of their hit one, right? We just looked it up. It's like 44 million views, something
440
crazy.
million plays on Spotify.
Incredible. His Air Supply is, again, like a classic, like 70s, 80s
They've
band.
been doing it forever.
And they are going to have a great show. There's tickets still available at elpasolive.com. It happens August 24th at the Abraham Chavez. So you could like pop in Fab 4 Air Supply back and
Just
forth.
go back and forth.
Just run back and
You
forth.
can
between
get
venues.
all of your 70s music fixes between the Fab Four
Yes.
and Air Supply. Two different vibes.
all at once. Yeah, it'll be really good.
Well, here's one that everybody's been talking about, thinking about, waiting for, Way Out West Fest.
So Way Out West is a really interesting concept. It was originally started at the Chihuahua Stadium, and it actually moved this year. So it's now on San Antonio in the Convention Center Plaza. So we've taken over almost like 4 blocks of downtown.
You're gonna need all 4 blocks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people. We have Billy Currington as our main headliner. And he's an incredible artist. If you're not familiar with him, I highly suggest looking up some of his music. He's a classic country artist.
He's got some bops. He's
Yes.
got some real bangers.
Bops is a great word for Billy Currington. And one of the fun things about it too is that obviously it has a main stage, but we just introduced the independent stage, which is gonna be local artists. So we'll have music up top, we'll have music on the bottom. It'll be a really fun, kind of holistic festival. We'll have activations, vendors, food. So go check that out, elpaso.west.com. That's happening September 28th in downtown El Paso.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us on this episode of Qué Pasa. For more, of course, you can go to visitelpaso.com. Had to get that right for you because there are a lot of things coming up at the end of August that you're not going to want to miss. We will catch you next time here on Qué Pasa.